Peace and blessings to you all. I am coming from my buggy. I'm in between moving around, but I wanted to talk to you all about recognizing spirits and how sometimes we feel like we're identifying when we're learning how to work with various energies. Those deities, ancestors, our higher self, versions of ourselves, and being able to identify when it's your higher self, your ancestors, or that actual deity. A lot of times we're in a spiritual space, and we think that we're connecting with a deity. Sometimes maybe it might be in our dreams, or we're just in ritual, or just doing various things as we're learning to process things, just spiritual work, meditation, and things of that nature. Sometimes you may think that you're connecting those who don't know an energy. You may think that you're connecting to a certain deity, but you are identifying, or you've been reading, about Oya or Oshun, just talking from an ART. You've been reading about these energies, and automatically when you do spiritual work or things of that nature, you feel like, oh, I didn't actually tap into that energy. Sometimes, or in your dream state, sometimes it's actually not that energy at all. A lot of times it's you. It's a mirror. It's the energy that you can recognize and you can identify in yourself. So sometimes, women, you're not tapping into Oya, or you're not tapping into Oshun. That is you. That is you. That's a version of yourself. I have seen this several times in readings, in my womb readings, in particular, that if it looks like this is Oshun, or it looks like this is Oya for myself, that signature of that energy, but it's not. That's a mirror of who I am. I am Oya. I am that energy. A part of me is that energy. A part of my ancestral mothers. I experienced this in my ritual on last night that I did, and I was in spirit, and I was calling forth the moon energies, the super moon time, and all this stuff. And as I was going through, I was recognizing, okay, I feel this energy. I know this energy in my mind. So I said, okay, Oya. And I said, no, that's a similar energy. I know that's not who this is. So I had to let that go. Now, how did I stop there and thought, oh, okay, yeah, this energy is trying to come, and perhaps that energy was trying to come. But that's not who this is. And I kept going, and I was just like, oh, no. That's not this, because I know I set that intention for my ancestral mothers, and my European ancestral mothers came through. It's a very similar energy. And that energy is in me too. So sometimes these energies that you may think is deities could very well just be your ancestors, and you know that we are your ancestors, which means it's you. But if you want to just break down and say, okay, that's a particular ancestor who's coming in my dreams, I think that's a deity. No, that's an ancestor. Okay, that's an ancestor, or that's a version of yourself. We have various versions of ourselves. It could be a version of yourself that's calling you forth. I have a particular version of myself who calls me forth in my personal development and who I am. She is just a magical woman, and she's me. And I see myself continuously having that version of myself being manifested. She is me and I am her, and all that good stuff. But I can call forth that version of myself, just like I could call forth the other versions of my previous self to help me to move forward. But I just want to share that with you. I'm hoping that this is getting across and this is making sense. But the point is that sometimes when you are in ritual or meditation or in your dream state, and you are doing these things, and you're learning, and you learn about all the different deities and Gaia and all that, in particular dealing with the divine feminine, don't forget that sometimes that energy that you feel is not that spirit or that deity. It is you a version of, your higher self, a part of who you are, learning who you are, being mirrored, or it's actually an ancestral mother. It's an ancestor, a feminine version of an ancestor. So I just want to encourage you. I am feeling absolutely amazing. My ritual, I did an egg cleansing. I can share the results with y'all. And I did that, and I spent time with my ancestral mothers last night, dancing under the moonlights and connecting with them in the power of who they are and them showing more of who I am. But I just wanted to drop that because I thought about that, as I was going into spirit, and how I could have paused right there and just like, oh yeah, da, da, da. No. Let me go deeper. Let me open up and expand more so I can make sure I'm connecting with the energy that I'm supposed to be connecting with through my intention. And that's just what it's all about. And not just being confused, because I am an open channel, and not being confused as to what I'm actually identifying with in who I am in myself. So, spirit is a mirror, and not everything and not all that you see is what it is. Some things are masked. So be clear on what you're tapping into. Peace and blessings to you all.